Alex Rodriguez speaking for the first time about his reported positive test for steroids back in 2003.
Well, the wrestling world in shock today. Former champion Chris Benoit found dead in his Atlanta home along with his wife and young son. Police now treating the discovery as a double murder-suicide.
Tragedy. A husband, wife, and their young child dead, an apparent double murder-suicide. When police found steroids on the scene, many assume that explained it. The killer had flipped out because of drug use.
And on the left is a former champion pro wrestler, WWE style. There are a lot of accusations and allegations about what's happened with him in domestic violence in his life. But today's accusation is this, that he shot his wife. That he murdered his wife, strangling her, then suffocated his own child in the child's bed, then at some point after went to his own weight room and hanged himself inside his home. Now, there is a lot to go around this Benoit character. Police say there was a divorce in the works, there's domestic violence history, and that now the investigation is into whether steroids might have set him off.
Find any illegal substances, any steroids, any drugs that are of concern, anything, any illegal substance?
There were a lot of prescription medication that he had received from doctors with what we believe to be at this time legal prescriptions.
What type of prescriptions?
That I'll have to get a full list and maybe be able to disclose later. Right now, I'm not going to be able to give you that full list of that.
Were some of them anabolic steroids?
Yes, sir, they were.
For the record, have you ever used steroids, human growth hormone, or any other performance-enhancing substance?
No.
Have you ever been tempted to use any of those things?
No.
You never felt like, this guy's doing it, maybe I should look into this too. He's getting better numbers, playing better ball.
I've never felt overmatched on the baseball field. I've always been in a very strong, dominant position. And I felt that if I did my work, since I was a rookie back in Seattle, I didn't have a problem competing at any level. So, no.
Alex Rodriguez speaking for the first time about his reported positive test for steroids back in 2003. He sat down with our Peter Gammons just moments ago at his home in Miami.
Alex, this weekend Sports Illustrated reported that in 2003 you tested positive for testosterone and an anabolic steroid known as primobolan. What's the truth?
When I arrived in Texas in 2001, I felt an enormous amount of pressure. I felt like I had all the weight of the world on top of me, and I needed to perform at a high level every day. Back then it was a different culture. It was very loose. I was young. I was stupid, I was naive, and I wanted to prove to everyone that, I was worth, and being one of the greatest players of all time. And I did take a banned substance, and for that, I'm very sorry and deeply regretful. And although it was a culture back then, and Major League Baseball overall was very, I just feel that, I'm just sorry. I'm sorry for that time. I'm sorry to my fans. I'm sorry for my fans in Texas. It wasn't until then that I ever thought about substance of any kind. And since then, I've proved to myself and to everyone that I don't need any of that.
So you're saying that the time period was 2001, 2, and 3?
That's pretty accurate, yes.
And what kind of substances were you taking?
Peter, that's the thing. I mean, again, it was such a loosey-goosey era that I'm guilty for a lot of things. I'm guilty for being negligent, naive, not asking all the right questions. And to be quite honest, I don't know exactly what substance I was guilty of using.